Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching, email coaching, as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I want to talk to all of you who might be feeling delusional about your desires manifesting and about this whole manifesting process, and hopefully help you see why you're feeling delusional, what the main reason is, and of course, how you can stop feeling delusional going forward. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So what I found from my many conversations with a lot of people, as well as the coaching that I do, is that the main, if not the one and only reason why the vast majority of people feel delusional when they're manifesting their desires, whatever these might be, is because they haven't yet made the mindset shift from seeing the 3D reality, this reality that we're all experiencing with our senses, as the one and only and true and real reality, to accepting that there are realities beyond what we can experience with our senses, that we can tap into, that we can choose, that we can select from, and that by doing so, by selecting the reality that we want, by focusing on it and by putting our attention on it, we can actually bring it into the 3D, which is the more limited reality, the more limited dimension. So the reason you guys are feeling delusional about what you're manifesting is because you're not yet seeing it in the 3D. And because you're so used to seeing the 3D, not as the mirror that it is of your inner world, of what's happening in here, what's happening in your feelings in your body, what's happening in your inner world, what's happening in your energy and your vibration, but rather you are seeing the 3D as the one and only reality. And you're seeing everything else as either wishful thinking or as woo-woo or as fantasies, or you see imagination as something that is not real, is not true, something doesn't make sense, it's not realistic. And so then you start telling yourself how delusional you're feeling because the circumstances don't show what you want and the 3D does not show what you want. And so where is it? Why do I have to feel delusional if this is not real? What I'm imagining is not real. This is the story, this is how the story goes in your head most of the time. So if you're feeling delusional, the reason you're feeling this way is because your mindset is still at the 3D is the one and only reality, and everything else is fantasies, everything else is lies, everything else is wishful thinking. So the simple solution to stopping feeling delusional is to actually start accepting that there are realities, most notably the 4D, the fourth dimension, that contain all the realities, all the possibilities, all the probabilities, all the potential that we can't yet see and experience with our senses in the 3D, but that these are the dimensions that we tap into with our imagination, with our mind, with our body, with our feelings, with the techniques we do, with the meditations we do, with the assumptions we form, the expectations we have of the 3D, with choosing our states, with adjusting our vibration, adjusting our energy, so that these realities that just exist in the 4D as potentials, as mere possibilities, actually materialize in the flesh into this 3D reality, into this world, this reality of our five senses. So every time you start feeling delusional, you guys, remind yourselves that the 3D is not a reality that is set in stone. It is not the only one and true reality. What it is just a mirror of what you have been doing dominantly in your consciousness, in your awareness, in your mind, in your heart, in your energy, in your vibration, in what you assume, what you believe, what you expect. And as such, what you are currently experiencing in the 3D is just one of an infinite number of realities that exist beyond what we as human beings are able to perceive with our senses. If you're in this manifesting journey, if you have decided to make conscious manifesting a lifestyle, this is a premise that you need to start getting comfortable around. You need to start getting comfortable around the truth of infinite realities, infinite possibilities, infinite probabilities, You need to start getting comfortable around the concept of I'm not able to perceive everything that exists beyond me just with my human senses, and start feeling comfortable with that. Start feeling comfortable with the idea that you don't see and experience everything as a human being. There are things beyond you, beyond your perceptions, beyond your senses that you're not able to perceive at this point. However, you're able to imagine them and you're able to think about them. And if you're able to imagine them and think about them, you're also free to put your attention on them and to put your focus on them so that you can call them from those higher dimensions, from the 4D into the more limited reality that is called the 3D. In other words, what the 3D is a mirror of a tiny, tiny sliver of what already exists in the fourth dimensions and in even higher dimensions than that. And what you're experiencing right now in your senses is just one reality. It's your dominant reality because it's a reflection and the mirroring of what you're dominantly doing within in your inner world. And that is why this is the reality you're currently experiencing. However, this is far from being the one and only reality. Consciousness, you guys, is infinite. And if you're able to conceive something in your consciousness, you bet that it already exists as a possibility, as a probability, as a potential in the 4D and in the higher dimensions. And as such, it is within your reach, it is within your grasp. All you have to do is put your attention on it, put your focus on it, so that you can bring it over, bring it forth into your 3D and experience it with your senses in this 3D material world. So next time you start feeling delusional, remind yourself that the 3D reality is just a mirror. It is just one reality of an infinite number of realities that exist. Even if you're not currently able to perceive those other realities with your senses, it doesn't mean they don't exist just because you cannot see them. You can't see X-rays, for example. You can't see other physical phenomena. You cannot see gravity. You cannot see magnetism. And yet, you know they're there. You know they exist. So this is what you do when you start feeling delusional. You remind yourself that you are living one reality out of an infinite number of realities. You also remind yourself that the reality that you want does exist. The mere fact that you're able to think of it, imagine it, want it, desire it is proof that it exists. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be aware of the existence of that possibility and that probability and that potential. And so then you can give yourself permission to stop seeing all this as a delusion or an illusion. You can stop now seeing conscious manifesting as something that is woo-woo or out there or completely wild or completely out of your reach or mere fantasies or wishful thinking or whatever else. So remember what I just said. Next time you feel delusional, you can feel free to play this video over and over again to remind yourself. And you put your attention on the things that you want to experience in the 3D. And you will see how you will be able to bring them and materialize them in the flesh into this 3D reality. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.